Hello, everybody, and welcome to another WARNO milestone. And yeah, it finally arrived. Pops are back, and they're called field supply points now, as they represent somewhat closer to frontline emplacements. They don't have concrete walls or anything like a forward operation base. It's just a supply point where you can get ammunition and stuff from, basically an ammo and fuel dump. And yeah, it's costing you 250 points. It has, I believe, 16,000 supply. It doesn't say that at the moment in the stats card. And you can place it in your main base at the beginning of the game. So it basically is identical with what we have in Wargame Red Dragon, which in my eyes is not quite a perfect execution of it. Like, in my eyes, for example, at the moment also it only has 10 hit points, makes it a bit too easy to kill. That will be changed for sure. What I would also like to see is making it at least deployable in the forward deploy zone, so that it's not just for the artillery that is really far back, but it is like you can use it as a repair center for your tanks as well, and that you also have a bit more room to like just hide it in. As for example on a map like this, it is too easy to kill in the rear. So yeah, that is the biggest part of this milestone. It's a really small one. Sadly, we didn't get any bigger balance patches yet with it. We didn't get an adjustment to autocannons, so that's a bit of a shame. We have a couple of small ones though, and yeah, we're gonna jump into these things now. So next to it, we also have some changes to two of the maps. Ripple and Iron Waters got a bit of a facelift as well. They, for example, now have these better looking towns, where you have these extra buildings. The water here on these maps got reworked and so on. So, like, it's all, in general, a facelift of these maps. You have this lovely water tower here and so on, so that they look a bit more individualistic in these towns, and they don't all have this exact same building next to each other. So it looks a bit more organic in how these villages look. And yeah, in general, a couple of line of sight issues and so on have been changed. Visibility of hills has been improved and things like that. So these ridges, for example, being a bit more popping out now. And yeah, it's nice to see that Union improves in that regard. And this is now the standard for new maps for sure. They just wanted to update all the old maps on this standard as well, which is nice to see. Yeah, outside of that, we have a couple of bug fixes. We have the Polish translation, which has been even further improved, thanks to Green HD, who is helping out a lot with that. As we will jump into the other map now to show you that real quick. On Iron Waters, it looks as follows. And then we also got a couple of unit changes, which we will have a look after I showed you the Iron Waters changes in a second. So yeah, Iron Waters has the same treatment. Water especially looks better. The north here was always a bit buggy. It has been improved now. You don't have any glitches there anymore, for example. And these towns here also have a good couple more buildings. Performance is supposedly increased on these as well, which I haven't tested, but we will see if that's the case. And yeah, then we go on to the couple of smaller balance changes, but it's really not that many. So first of the balance changes is that the snipers in Balloon Command are now added as well. The British snipers have been added to Berlin Command. Same with the Fallschirmjäger snipers for the East Germans in Unternehmenzentrum. The Fallschirmjäger sniper now are in Unternehmenzentrum, so these two divisions have sniper now as well. Then the MiG-29 of these Germans has been brought down to 215 points. And the Winterus is now a unique weapon again, so the Soviet recon units here, the Spetsnaz Sniperi, have the Winterus now, and the Winterus has its own weapon system, obviously, as this is a subsonic weapon. It doesn't have this full range, but it still deals 1 damage, still deals the damage of a normal sniper rifle, as it's still a highly scoped weapon. But it only has 500 meters. It has a bit of a higher fire rate than the automatic snipers as well, as it can go full auto as well. So kind of a unique weapon, which is cool. This is exactly where we want weapons like this to be. Maybe a couple more rifles could get this treatment. Like in general, if weapon systems are similar, I'm okay with the same stats, but with different like special weapons like the Winter Wrist, they should have their own stats. And yeah, this is it kind of already. There have been a couple of other bug fixes, and that it has been one major thing. The size of the game has gone down from 56 gigabyte to 25 gigabytes. That's why the download at first is also so big, because they have to do some changes on the files internally. So that's why the patch takes a while. But yeah, it's mostly about the FOB. Balance changes are on the works in the future with the next patch, but sadly not here yet, which in my eyes is a bit of an issue, but hopefully Eugen can figure that out soon. And yeah, really looking forward to the next one. It seems like they are heavily on work on Army General, and that's where their focus is at the moment. At least we have the FOBs, and I hope they can improve on that concept, as I like the base idea, I like to play with them, but they could be implemented better than in Wargame Red Dragon, and yeah, there is room for that in WARNO with forward deployment and all of that. You at least could use that to also have a bit more flexibility with those FSPs/FOBs. So with that said, I hope to see you in the next one. I will be more regularly uploading now again. I was sick last week, so that stopped me from getting you videos out there. We will go back now to one video a day schedule. So hope to see you all around on these days, and see you next time. Bye bye. Have a great day.